We chose estate planning because we wanted a very on-the-ground type of law. We wanted to be able to look our clients in the eye. We wanted to be part of the community, which we are. So many areas of law are very negative, and you only get to meet your clients at some of their most troubling times in their life. This is a very optimistic area of law.
The typical process is we receive a phone call or an email from a potential client, which make sure we get back to everybody within 24 hours. Like to have that phone call. An email will work. Once we have you on the phone, we briefly discuss the process with you. A trust can usually be done in 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the information you can get back to us. Involves usually 2 meetings at the office, one to really sit down for an hour and discuss your wishes, your wants for about an hour. Make sure you're making the right choice in terms of trustees and who your beneficiaries are going to be. Then that's when Ryan and I get to work drafting your documents. And once everything is done, you're able to come in one more time. We get your trust signed, notarized, and you leave with the relief and a trust binder in your hand.
We've never met a client that came in our office and said, I have no intention of doing an estate plan. I just don't want to do a will. I don't ever want to do a trust. Everybody intends to do it. The problem is they just don't get around to it. For some reason, people want to play a game of chicken with their trust, and they want to do a will and a trust 6 months before they die. The problem is that they don't know when they're going to die. So people end up not having an estate plan, not because they didn't intend to have one, it's because they ran out of time. Pricing is very important, and there's no reason that you should come into our office and not know, at least within a small range, what our price would be beforehand. And we're committed to letting you know and being transparent about our pricing.
Most people plan on implementing and putting an estate plan and a living trust in place. Problem is, there are 2 common reasons why people do not get around to doing this. Number 1 is most of us don't like to think about death. We don't like to think about our own mortality and the fact that we are going to pass away. So we keep putting off getting that estate plan in place. Number 2 is people think that the process is more complicated than it really is. While there are a lot of steps to be taken, the attorneys here, my brother and myself, walk you through every step of the way, each step that needs to be done, and make sure it's a seamless process and that you are able to find all the documents and put everything together so that you can use it and pass on your wealth to your beneficiaries.
When people think about trust, they think about trust fund babies, which is a totally different type of trust than a living trust. Living trusts were created for one thing, to avoid probate. We like to call them here at Lysinger Law probate avoidance trust. What it is it's a way to keep your house out of probate, and it's the only way to do it. These other type of accounts, 401ks, pensions, IRAs, there are alternative methods of estate planning to keep them out of probate. You can put what's called a POD, pay upon death, TOD, transfer upon death, attached to those accounts. There is no similar type mechanism to handle real property, right? The only other way besides a living trust to avoid probate is to add your heirs on your title, to grant deed current possession of your heirs onto your title. And that's just a horrible idea for all types of reasons.
The most common reaction we get to clients once they finalize their estate plan and notarize their trust is relief. We get hugs from our clients. Everybody feels a great sigh of relief. It's something they had planned on doing for a long time, and to actually be able to check something off and to know that all the money and all the assets you've worked so hard during your life to accumulate are actually going to be passed on to your loved ones, your kids, your beneficiaries, your heir. That's a good feeling. You know that you're leaving them in the best place possible. They're going to inherit everything. Nothing's going to go to the government. No taxes are going to be paid. So people walk out of our office, shaking our hands, giving us a hug. We've built that lifelong relationship, and they feel good about having that trust, having that estate plan in place, and knowing that their kids are not going to have to do anything in the future or deal with the headache of probate.
The single biggest misconception about estate planning is that a will alone is enough. Wills have been around for a long time, and so everybody knows, or they think they know, what a will does. Trust are a newer creation, and so people have a difficult time understanding that a will only combined with a trust avoids probate, and that a will alone is not enough. Most clients notice is how grateful Rory and I are for the opportunity to have served them. We really are. We don't take any of this for granted. You can go to so many places, and we're really happy that you came to see us.